The secret of Daveli Cave remains top secret. Only the army who entered knows the truth. The mysterious dimensions regarding the Cave of Davelis began to emerge from the late 1960s. One of the favorite objects of those who deal with mysterious and unexplained phenomena is the mountain of Penteli. That's where we have the white marble that was used for the Acropolis of Athens. North of Athens is this mountain full of marble. So one of the most must places for all lovers of the unknown is the Cave of Davelis, located on Mount Pentelikon. There are dozens of articles on the internet about this topic. We will try to add new elements along with the already known but absolutely necessary ones. A few words about the mountain of Penteli. It's the second highest mountain in the area of Attica of Athens, after the Mount Parnitha. In ancient times, it was also called Vrilissos or Vrilito. Its highest peak is Pyrgari at 1,109 meters, and it's famous for its white marbles, for which all the monuments for the Acropolis were built, and for its many pine trees. And a few words about Davelis. Christos Davelis, the real surname is Natsios, was born around 1832 in Viotia. At the age of 15, he worked as a milk seller and servant at Penteli Monastery. Soon he went underground and joined the gang that operated in Attica, in Evia, Viotia, Theotida, and his action culminated in 1855 with the kidnapping of the French captain Berthaud. This event caused a diplomatic episode and turmoil within the government, which gave Davelis the then an exorbitant sum of 30,000 drachma in gold to free Berthaud. He was killed in a skirmish with a detachment of the gendarmerie in 1856 near the village of Zemeno in Viotia. The squad was led by his fraternal friend and ex-friend Yanis Megas, who left the gang and joined the gendarmerie after a confrontation with Davelis over the eyes of the Italian Countess Luisa Bancoli. So the two young men, ended their friendship because I guess they were in love with the same girl, Countess Luisa Bancoli. This, according to legend, the Cave of Davelis facts, myth, legends, and rumors. The so-called Cave of Davelis, located in the southwest part of Penteli at an altitude of 720 meters, it was named after the terrible bandit. There are, however, some who believe that Davelis was unaware even of the existence of the cave. In ancient times, it was a sanctuary of the god Pan, while in the Byzantine years it was a hermitage for ascetics, to whom it owes its older name, Cave of the Sands. It's said that some of these ascetics lived to the end of their lives in the depths of the cave. The entrance is impressive. To its right is a church of St. Nicholas, with original frescoes from the 13th century, and the hermitage of St. Spiridon, with post-Byzantine works. These two monuments suffer cracks from the works of the Ministry of National Defense that took place in the area in the decades of the 1970s and 80s. We'll refer to them later. The interior of the cave was also damaged. However, the churches today have been restored and preserved, while their frescoes are exhibited in the Byzantine Museum of Athens. The other dimension in the Cave of Davelis began to appear from the end of the 60s. During the 7-year period, the dictators tried to turn the ancient quarry into a central business headquarters. Some works, concrete constructions, outside the cave were thus started but were not completed due to the fall of the coup, the junta. In 1977, new projects were started by the Ministry of National Defense. An effort was made to keep these projects hidden. But after a revealing publication of the Postman in June 10th, 1977, the GES was forced to admit that the army had started top-secret projects in the Cave of Davelis. Naturally, rumors began to swirl, especially since the area was declared military and guarded. Speculation began to be made as to who was really behind the works and what was actually going on in this infamous cave. NATO, the Americans, there was also the neighboring Namakri U.S. base at the time. Various secret services were the first on the list of suspects. Others claimed that a missile base or Air Force communications center would be built in the area. But why was this particular cave chosen? And how were the reactions of the archaeologists circumvented? There must obviously have been some very good reason for this to happen. Maybe the area has some qualities to make it special, quote unquote. The work was carried out under the supervision of the army, and 24 hours a day there were guards at the site. A revealing article in the Postman that exposed the work in the cave from the army to publicly admit the work but not its purpose. On the contrary, the GES emphasized that the reason for the work was highly confidential. Rumors, understandably, began to circulate, conspiracy theories contrary to the rumors that had emerged 10 years ago and which spoke of a large amount of dictators took the form of geopolitical analysis. NATO and the Americans' favorite topics for every conspiracy theorist in those years in Greece were, according to the theories of the time, behind the work. It was even said that they had ordered from the Greek state a secret base for the always secret launch of various missions. The projects lasted until 1983, and in the 6 years of duration, their exact destination was never known. All this time, one theory after another has been popping up, and each of them could be a different episode of the X-Files. Others said that the spot around the cave was special and offered superhuman abilities to those who could trap the substance that circulated in the air, quote unquote. Others said that a UFO had been found in the area and that experiments were being carried out on it. Besides these rumors, various crazy and naughty things had started to be heard, such as angels, devils, and the like coming out of the cave. There were those who believed that it was a time portal to another dimension. Now, more generally, in the closed circles of those who deal with the mysterious and inexplicable phenomena, the cave of Penteli is a true totem. So many collected strange stories, not even the Twilight Zone. Now, in fact, the most famous Greeks, hunters of metaphysical phenomena, the Greek paranormal seekers, made a video about the mystery of the cave of Daveli. The cave was severely damaged and the area around it was altered. In 1983, the work stopped. Answers to many of the questions about what happened all these years in the area were given to the researcher George Balanos in his book The Riddle of Penteli, published 1982. In August 1990, with the Mitsotakis government in power, the work starts again. However, this time, the reaction of the press is intense, led by the newspaper Ethnos, Nation, while various related and unrelated that flood the area on a daily basis led to the authorities to stop the works very soon. Of course, UFOs could not be missing from the whole scene. Writer-researcher Socrates Ekaterinidis wrote about this in 1988. In Penteli, apart from frequent apparitions meaning UFOs, other paradoxical phenomena have occurred: electromagnetic, magnetic vortices, and the road with negative gravity. In the same area, there is the cave of Daveli, in which many strange things happen, such as memory loss, wrong indications of organs, subjects that should not be there. While witnessing an incident with the appearance of an alien being, there was a leading politician, former Minister of National Defense, and later party leader, apparently referring to the late Evangelos Averev Tositsa. After 1990, the cave was associated with mystical ceremonies. Even if Satanists of Palini were said to use it for their macabre activities. From long ago, the woodcutters and beekeepers of Penteli told strange stories. Otherworldly music was heard, appearance of angels, and even ghosts. In recent years, there are frequent reports from the residents of the area about strange lights in the sky, mysterious sounds, etc. Inside the cave of Penteli, there are large anomalies in the magnetic field. Flashlights flash for no reason or turn on without batteries. The various measuring instruments show outrageous numbers, and visitors show many memory gaps, panic attacks, etc. Obviously, something is wrong there. Of course, there are also rumors that want the cave to communicate through arcades, through portals, with the palace of the Duchess of Plankendia, in which love affairs with Daveli are charged, something that However, it does not stand, or even in Athens. The belief that somewhere there is the infamous robber hidden, where has he hidden his treasure, led many to clandestine excavations, but to no avail. Closing this tribute, let's add that in 1977, a program about the mysteries of the cave was to be broadcast on the government TV channel. The show never aired, and shortly after the projects were mentioned started. But that as it may, it seems that some mysterious things are happening in the cave of Daveli. Perhaps Penteli Mountain hides some secrets that it stubbornly refuses to reveal. We hope that with this article we did not scare you, but we have offered some new knowledge to those who read it. This I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.